Firstly, I want to say a really big thank you to everyone for coming here tonight. It's all for a really good cause, so we all really appreciate it. I've actually managed to raise 1,600 quid, which I'm really chuffed about because I didn't think I'd be able to go on holiday this year. You can probably tell, but I'm not from around here. I am a proud Welshman, but thank you. That wasn't even my family either. But I've lived in Wales now for a very long time. And it's strange, I do think that the longer you live away from home, the prouder you get from about where you come from. Unless from Sunderland, of course. But no, I think definitely one thing that I found from living away from home is the more I've lived away, I have been really conscious about losing my accent. To the point now where when I meet new people, I really start hamming it up. Like properly. Fee, fi, fo, fun. I smell the blood of an Englishman. I'm only joking, I am, I'm not the giant. You know, going full Gavin Stacey. Singing Delilah on the karaoke. Assaulting the local sheep. You know, I proper go for it. It has backfired on occasion though. Before I moved back up here, I was in London, and again, you know, I was conscious about losing my Welshness. And my mum was down, and I said to her, look, I'll prove to you that I'm still proper Welsh, because I still say the phrase clean off, which in Wales means mental. It's basically like ratty up here, right? So, in front of my mum, I went to my housemate and I said, Thorpe, what phrase do I say all the time? And he turns around, looking a bit confused like, and he said, cunt! We're not friends anymore. In fairness to him, I do have a bit of a potty mouth, but I was raised from an early age, like, even from the age of 5, like, I wasn't allowed any of my nan's home baking unless I said, Nan, can I please have a fucking scone? So, it's ingrained, like a lot of people here, you know, my nan was a classic from her generation, you know, smoked 20 a day, larger than life, said whatever the fuck she wanted, basically. Case in point, right, she's in the pub one day with my older sisters. This guy walks in who they knew, whose father was unwell. So my sister said, oh, alright Jeff, how's things, how's your old man? He said, oh, he's okay, he's struggling with Parkinson's at the minute. My nan, after a couple of beers, turns around and goes, well, he'd be alright for a wank then, wouldn't he? Example 2. In the pub again, starts night, right? My nan had been on, she was on steroids at the time, medicinal, she wasn't a bodybuilder or anything. And it starts night, so my old man walks into, the steroids had an enlarging effect on her tits, right? And my dad walks in, the dark, takes a look at him and goes, for fuck's sakes, Ma, will you put a bra on? She didn't put a bra on, she flashed her tits in front of the old pub. But the best thing about that story, right, is when my dad was telling me, he said, well, the thing is, before the steroids, her bra size was 34B, but afterwards, she was a 34D. I said, I'll stop you there, Dad. How the fuck did you know your mother's bra size is? Weird. No, but in fairness, I'm really lucky I've got family here today. They've come a long way, and you know, really appreciate it. Thank you. Because when you do live away from home, one thing is you don't see your family as much as you'd like, right? And that's particularly the case with my old man. I don't see half as much of my dad as I used to. He's had his legs amputated. There he is, stand up now, actually no, never mind. But it's funny, right, because I think you spend a lot of your childhood embarrassed. You get embarrassed by things the adults do, you know, but I think you spend a lot of your adulthood then realising that you're just fucking like them, right? Case in point. My old man rings me a couple of months ago, and it's a Tuesday. And the one thing you need to know about my dad, right, is if he rings you and it's not between the hours of 9 and 10 on a Sunday, it's fucking bad news. Either somebody's died or another one of his limbs are coming off, right? Anyway, so he rings me up and it's like, oh, he let me know. But on this occasion, someone had died. Probably good news for him. And he's saying, oh, you know, we We found him peaceful like in bed, lying on his back with a book on his chest. What a lovely way to go, right? Is the normal thing to say. What I said was, fuck me, must have been a shit book. My wife's also here today. Thank you. Anyone else have this problem, right, where their wife just cannot stop buying shit? Like, hands up, every fucking day, right? Like, it's got to the point where I'm not only on first name terms with the average delivery woman, I know her fucking medical history, what her kids are doing for their GCSEs, her fucking bra size, like father, like son. But it's not just the amount she's buying, it's what she's buying, right? So she had a delivery in the other day, ready for winter, of these lovely scented candles, right? Spiced pumpkin, luscious lavender, raindrops from the hills of the Andes. Lovely, fair enough. Problem is, you go to light them, and fucking all hell breaks loose. No! You can't light those candles. They're for fancy. And then all the only things, right? Candles you can't light, cushions you can't sit on, show cushions. Even books on the shelf that you can't fucking read. Like, somebody made it make sense. But the thing is, right, it's weird, isn't it? Because when you start getting a few parcels delivered, it changes, doesn't it? You get a look. And the interrogation starts. Do you really need another pair of trainers? It was actually a Christmas present from my dad, and it'll still get more use than a fucking candle. Thank you very much.